Proprioception, interesting word. It's one of those science words that it's kind of like, I have no idea what that means. And then once you hear it and it kind of makes sense, it kind of starts fitting your vocabulary. So let me help you with it. Proprioception is your ability to tell that your elbow's bent without looking at it. So think of it as you can perceive your body's position. Proprioception. I think it's Latin. It basically is a word that we use in chiropractic neurology quite often. We call it neural tonal, meaning tonal means kind of its balance and health, obviously through the nervous system. We've talked in previous videos, hi, by the way, Dr. Jim, Five Parks Chiropractic here in Arvada, Colorado. We've talked in previous videos about your baby's or your child's milestones. So when they go from crawling to walking and from walking to, emotional intelligence and, cognitive intelligence, all the things that we want our children to do as they grow. One thing I want you to understand is that most researchers have put motor movement, so physically moving, think of it this way, motor kind of means you motor yourself around. So it's going to be your muscles. Obviously you have to be controlled by your nervous system. So motor development is the key energy, the key force, the key delivery of your brain's ability to develop and to function. So many of us have known, even as an adult, that if you go for a walk or you do an exercise, you feel emotionally or intelligently you go up. You kind of have a sense of, wow, that was good for me. Muscles could be tired, but your brain feels it's on charge. So that's because of an effect in our motor unit called piezoelectric, another weird word. Piezoelectric just means kind of a biological source of energy. Think of an electric eel, if you will. So when we move, mostly in our lower torso, upper back and neck, our spine is going to be stimulating those proprioceptive nerves that then send literally a force of energy to the brain to process and develop. It's roughly 60 to 70% of what our brain needs to actually function. The other 30 or 40% comes from blood, so glucose, which is a sugar, and obviously oxygen, which are both delivered by the blood. So parents of 2-year-olds that are kind of going, oh my gosh, I love my kid, but he never stops moving, this is a good thing because he is developing his brain. He needs a lot more energy to that brain than you or I do because we've fully developed. Well, most people have a debate about me with that one, but nevertheless, our brain needs so much movement to actually function on a day-to-day basis. And then our body needs to be coordinated. It needs to be balanced. It needs to not only move, but move in harmony. This is why when our children are crawling at the very beginning, you've heard of cross crawl. You might know that that's really, really good for our brain. It develops a balance in our brain. We even do it as adults in PT or OT. We do cross crawling exercises to enhance cognitive function. So movement is so essential to the human biology and development. It has to be monitored. It has to be reviewed. So a couple of things, be really encouraged with that 2-year-old. I know it's going to drive you crazy, but be really encouraged that they are all over the place. It really is an incredibly healthy sign that our children are developing. So that word, proprioception, just remember, it's your body's ability to perceive its position. So hopefully that helps. Gross motor neural development is literally the driving force to our central nervous system to help with the milestones of development. So a lot of times in nature and how we're created, things get simpler than it appears. It's just that when we come across new words or new concepts, it's a little bit like learning a new language. You just have to be comfortable with the word. It's not really a difficult word, it's just a new word for you. So I want you to understand how proprioception works and its benefits. In this office, when we're evaluating infants, certainly up to 5 or 6 years old, sometimes adolescents and adults, but certainly in the little guys, we are doing a test on them, and it's a surface EMG. The M of EMG stands for muscle. So basically it's a neuromuscular evaluation of their coordination and of their balance. So we're looking at two things on this test. We're not just looking for the intensity of the muscle tone, but we're also looking at the balance of the muscle tone. And of course, that's coordination. And if you look at, let's say, professional sports all the way into adulthood, literally every world-class athlete has a chiropractor on staff that is there for performance issues. Not for pain, but for performance issues. Obviously, they can help you with pain, of course, but really the neurological development of our body and maintaining our body's health is so key to like hand and eye coordination, which is proprioception. It literally is the same thing. You know where you are in space. You know where your hand is during a throw. You know where your hands are during a catch. You know where your feet are during a run or ballet or dancing. So this ability to perceive our body at its max potential, so this ability for your body to perceive itself in movement or in life is really critical, not only to health and vitality, but very, very, very important to your child's development. Now, in the comments below this video, you're going to see a link to Dr. Tony. Dr. Tony Ebel is in Illinois. He's an exceptional chiropractor in this science. And even his ability to communicate some of these words is exceptional. I'm sure you'll get blessed by it. We appreciate your time today. Enjoy your day.